Most men never talk about it, yet millions quietly search for answers late at night, wondering if something is wrong with them, questioning their confidence, their relationships, and even their sense of control. And if that sounds familiar, you are not alone. Because premature ejaculation is far more common than most people realize. And more importantly, it is something that science understands better today than ever before. Which means there are real solutions, not myths, not guesses, but evidence-based options that can genuinely improve your life. And one of the most talked about solutions is medication, often called premature ejaculation pills. But here is the truth. You need to hear clearly and calmly. These pills are not magic. They are tools, and like any tool, their effectiveness depends on how and why they're used. Because your body is not broken. It is simply responding to a complex interaction of brain chemistry, nerve sensitivity, stress levels, and learned patterns over time. And when you understand that, everything begins to shift in your favor. Because now you're not fighting yourself. You are working with your biology. And this is exactly the kind of perspective often emphasized by Dr. Mohit Khera, who highlights that sexual health is deeply connected to overall physical and mental well-being, not just a single isolated issue. So when it comes to pills, most of them work by influencing certain neurotransmitters in your brain, especially serotonin, which plays a key role in controlling ejaculation timing, and medications like selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, originally designed for mood regulation, have been found to delay ejaculation as a side effect, which is why they are sometimes prescribed in low doses for this purpose. And then there are other options, like topical or oral agents that reduce sensitivity or improve blood flow. But here is where you need to stay grounded, because while studies show that many men experience noticeable improvement, the results are not instant for everyone. Some medications take days or even weeks to show full effectiveness, and others may work within hours, but vary from person to person. And this is where patience becomes your greatest advantage, because rushing to judge results too quickly often leads to frustration and giving up on something that could have worked with consistency. And just as important, every medication comes with potential side effects, such as mild nausea, dizziness, fatigue, or changes in mood, which are usually manageable but should never be ignored, because your health always comes first. And this is why consulting a qualified professional is not just a suggestion, it is a necessity. Because the right approach is never one size fits all. It is tailored to your body, your history, and your goals. And as you begin to explore these options, remember this simple but powerful truth. Improvement is not about becoming perfect overnight. It is about taking informed, steady steps toward better control, stronger confidence, and a healthier, more balanced life overall. And that journey begins with understanding, not fear. But here is where the story takes a turn that many people are not prepared for. Because while pills may offer relief, they do not address everything that is happening beneath the surface. And this is the moment where you begin to realize that premature ejaculation is not just about timing. It is about patterns that your body and mind have been repeating for years, sometimes without you even noticing. And this is why some men experience improvement at first with medication, only to find that the results plateau or even fade over time, leaving them confused and discouraged. And the reason behind this is both scientific and behavioral, because while medication can adjust neurotransmitter levels and temporarily influence sensitivity, it does not retrain your brain's response to stimulation, stress, or anticipation. And this is where a deeper understanding becomes essential, because your nervous system is constantly learning, adapting, and responding to your habits, your environment, and your emotional state. And if those underlying triggers are not addressed, then even the best medication can only take you so far. And this is a point that Dr. Mohit Khera often emphasizes, that true sexual health is not just about treating symptoms. It is about aligning the body, mind, and lifestyle in a way that supports lasting control and confidence. And when you begin to look at it this way, you start to see that medication is only one piece of a much larger puzzle. Because factors like sleep quality, physical fitness, hormone balance, and even your daily stress levels play a significant role in how your body performs. And research consistently shows that high stress and anxiety can accelerate ejaculation by increasing sympathetic nervous system activity, which is essentially your body's fight or flight response. And when that system is overactive, control becomes more difficult no matter what pill you take. And this is where practical lifestyle changes begin to work quietly but powerfully in your favor. Because simple habits like regular exercise, especially strength training and cardiovascular activity, can improve blood flow, boost testosterone levels, and enhance overall stamina, while mindfulness practices such as deep breathing or meditation can help calm the nervous system and improve your ability to stay present rather than rushing toward the outcome. And even something as basic as reducing excessive screen time or improving your sleep schedule can create noticeable changes in your energy levels and hormonal balance, which directly impacts performance. And now you begin to see the suspenseful truth that the solution you were searching for might not be found in a single pill, but in a combination of strategies that work together over time. And this realization can feel overwhelming at first, but it is actually empowering, because it means you have more control than you thought. And instead of relying on a quick fix, you are building a foundation that supports long-term improvement. And when medication is used alongside these lifestyle adjustments, its effectiveness can often be enhanced, making the results more consistent and sustainable. And this is the difference between temporary relief and lasting transformation, because one depends on external support, while the other is built from within, step by step, with awareness, discipline, and patience guiding the way forward. And now you arrive at the most important realization of all, the point where everything you have learned begins to come together in a clear and empowering way. Because the real question was never simply whether premature ejaculation pills work. The deeper question is whether they are the right choice for you at this stage of your journey. And the answer is not a simple yes or no. It is a thoughtful decision based on awareness, patience, and a willingness to understand your own body. Because when used correctly, under proper guidance, and combined with healthy lifestyle habits, these medications can absolutely provide meaningful improvement, helping you gain better control, reduce anxiety, and rebuild confidence in a gradual and sustainable way. But at the same time, they should never become a crutch that replaces self-awareness or discourages you from making deeper changes. Because true confidence is not created by dependency. It is built through understanding and consistent effort. And this is where you begin to shift from seeking quick solutions to creating long-term transformation. And as Dr. Mohit Khera often highlights through his philosophy, the goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. Because progress creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. And confidence changes everything about how you show up in your life and relationships. And as you move forward, it becomes important to set realistic expectations, because improvement may come in small steps rather than dramatic overnight changes. And those small steps are not signs of failure. They are signs that your body is adapting in a healthy and natural way. And when you respect that process, you reduce frustration and increase your chances of long-term success. And you also begin to recognize the importance of communication, whether with a healthcare professional or within your relationship. Because openness removes pressure, and when pressure decreases, control often improves, naturally, creating a positive cycle that reinforces itself over time. And this is supported by scientific understanding of how psychological comfort and reduced performance anxiety directly influence sexual response. And suddenly, what once felt like a problem begins to feel like something you can manage and improve with clarity and calmness. And this is the moment where your mindset truly evolves. Because instead of asking what is wrong with you, you start asking what can you do better each day. And that simple shift in perspective changes your entire experience. And as you continue to learn, adjust, and apply these principles, you build a stronger connection with your own body. One that is based on trust rather than fear. And that is ultimately what leads to lasting improvement, not just in performance, but in overall well-being, energy, and self-respect. Because everything is connected. And when you take care of one area of your life, it often improves others in ways you did not expect. And that is the true power of informed, intentional action. So take your time, stay consistent, and remember, that real change is always a journey, not a shortcut. And if you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.